How do I create a new speech board using CoughDrop? CoughDrop has a variety of public speech boards available that can be used by anyone, but sometimes you need a board that specifically fits your needs, so you need to design one from scratch. When you are ready to make a speech board in CoughDrop, your dashboard is a good place to start. You can hit Create a New Board on your dashboard or from the menu under your user icon to get started. Hit Create a New Board to start making a speech board. A new window will open, allowing you to get started. Give your board a fitting name. If you are supervisor, select whether this board will be for your account or the account of someone you supervise. Then use the grid to decide how many buttons your board will have. You can remove rows and columns by clicking the plus and minus buttons. You can also add rows and columns later if you need to adjust the size. Decide if you want your board to be public and accessible to anyone or private and just for your use. Then assign an icon for the label of your board by choosing one from the list or adding a link to an image on the internet. Hit Create Board to get started on your board or more options to expand your options for additional choices. If you want to pre-populate the buttons on your board, you can add a list of labels to the Labels section after selecting more options. Each entry, separated by a comma, will become a label. When you are ready to further edit your board, hit Create Board. You will be taken to Edit mode for that board. If you have pre-entered labels for the board, the system will automatically choose a picture to match your label using the image library you last opened when editing CoughDrop speech boards. If you haven't already entered button labels, you can do that now. Set the cursor in the label box and type the word or phrase you would like to show on the button. You can use the Tab key to quickly move to the next button and add another label. CoughDrop will automatically add an image to each button to match the selected button label. However, if you do not like the picture chosen by the program, you can quickly change it. Just tap the button to open the button settings window. Here you can make adjustments to any button on the board. Under General, you can adjust the label, part of speech, and background color or border color. Under Picture, you can search for a picture that you would like for your button. Use the search bar to search for an image. Once you've started an image search, you can change the image library and find additional pictures. Just click on a new library and hit Search. You can also choose to use the label as word art, which will use the word label as the image. You can choose to load an image from your computer using the cloud icon or take a picture using your device camera. If there is a free use image that you have found on the internet, you can also add the URL for that image to the search bar to assign that image to the button. Under Action, you can assign an action that will occur when the designated button is pressed. Most buttons just speak the button label as soon as the button is pressed, but you can also assign buttons to open additional links, link to websites and apps, or to link to a video or online book. Under Sound, you can decide what will be heard when the button is pressed. By default, the program will speak the words on the button label, but you can assign the program to speak other words or phrases, make a sound, or play a song. You can record a sound using your device or upload a sound to the app which will play when the button is pressed. You can also change the pronunciation of a word by altering the word composition under this Sound heading. Back on the Made Edit page, use the grid to add or remove rows and columns, and use the menu under More to adjust the board details as well. If you select Paint, you can color multiple buttons at once by selecting a color and then tapping the buttons. You can also hide or unhide buttons by choosing these options and hitting the buttons on the board to disable or enable button links in the same way. Hit Edit again to return to the Edit button opportunities. Be sure to save your changes when you finish your board. You'll be able to find your board later under Mine in your dashboard or on your account page.